What's popping, guys? It is day 12 of creating one streetwear design per day for 30 days. Today we are going to create a design with the sun, since the word extracted from a word online generator was indeed sun. Let's get started with this video here. Please subscribe and enjoy today's episode. Let's go. Here we are in Photoshop. So the main idea for today is to create a t-shirt design on a black slash gray background, and I will focus on the humanization of the sun in the old times, so maybe in the Egyptian times, in the medieval times. So I will just focus on these two concepts here. I will focus on the Egyptian times, since I think that there was a god named Ra that had to do with the sun, and I will choose the medieval times because I found a lot of sketches of the sun and I really like them, so I will include them. And I will add even a third type of object, which is the sun with a new picture taken from NASA. So there is this time travel from the Egyptian times to the day of today that I will include in this design here. What I initially wanted to do was just to create a more Egyptian themed design. In fact, here I was just creating and searching for a pyramid that had to do with the sun, but I didn't know what to search, and the things that I searched were mainly souvenirs and objects that you could buy, and so that they weren't that real. So I just decided to start things up by going on unsplash.com, which is a wonderful website for cool images, and I just downloaded this cool NASA image of the sun in a really HD version. The thing that I did after was, you see, I wanted to remove the black background, but it was really difficult because there are all the rays of the sun that are merging outside and inside of the black part. So what I did is that I searched for a PNG version, but I didn't know what to do with that PNG version, so I just decided to work my way with some problem solving. So I just loaded up on a black background photo and just added a circle shape mask that I will add on the sun. So as you can see now, the sun is really crisp, but to leave a bit the outline and the fire in the atmosphere of the sun, I just decided to do like this, as you can see. So basically I removed and added with the eraser tool the different parts that I wanted to keep. See, like this is really amazing. Now I just removed the black background to see if the black was removed, and it was removed. I will keep just a bit since it's impossible just to remove only the layers. And now I removed the background for this medieval times looking sun. I find this drawing super fire because it has a lot of solar elements that are actually drawn, and so I can add that type of vibe, that drawn vibe, that in my opinion is really amazing. And I think that here I found a really nice thing that I will add for this graphic. It's a really basic problem. So there is this solar system which is in a circle, and the sun is in a circle since we masked it. Do 1 + 1, and as you can see, I added the solar system on top of the actual sun. I consider this a big brain move. I really like it because on how I'm playing around with basic shapes such as the circle, and I'm just concentrating this graphic in a circle, and then around I will put in a square different elements all around the sun. So this is my game plan. Here what I'm doing is that I'm adding different elements from the medieval starter pack, let's call it like that, and I'm also adding the god of the sun, Ra, in a part of this graphic. I will need to add some text and some information about it, because if I put it like this, for some people it will look like something Egyptian that makes no sense with the sun. So I will need to add some sort of description after. In this part of the designing process, I was just grabbing some random elements from the starter pack and just placing them around the sun. Unfortunately, after I will need to delete them since I will have another big idea in mind. For now, I will just talk you through my design process that I made so far. Why I decided to go with the sun and with these elements here? Well, because I really wanted to do even a graphic with the space. I already did a graphic with Mars in a previous design for this 30-day challenge, but I wanted to spice things up and create a sort of new graphic with the base using that vintage vibe of the ancient medieval drawings, and as we call it, starter pack. Then I also grabbed this brand new font, which adds a distorted vibe. If I add the two letters near each other, it adds a sort of distorted vibe. And firstly I wanted to put the solar system, but then the graphic was about the sun, and so after I changed it to the sun or only sun. The solar system like this was really nice. I think that it could be another graphic because I really like that the Y went under the S and even the big S. So I think that if I put sun, it's more related to the word and it will get a higher mark. Since for this 30-day challenge we will grade at the end of each video each design made using 3 main criterions. As you can see now, I found the final word sun using all distorted fonts, and at the end I went with the sun in the top part. But I was saying I will grade this design using 3 criterions, and so I want to make it related to the words so that I can have a higher percentage and a higher vote for this graphic. After, I will add 2 main paragraphs, one for the Egypt and one for my clothing brand. I will add for the clothing brand the main paragraph that I used from the start of this challenge in day 1. That will just inform the customer about this challenge and why I'm just creating a graphic with the word sun. Since sun, it's written in a really large font, and so it's a little bit strange if you think about it, just a big letter sun. It's like a merchandising for the sun, and so I just wanted to add some context about this challenge here for the reader. Here I was trying different positions for the sun, and in the other part I will add with a similar paragraph the sun and how it was perceived in Egypt with the different gods and yeah. Now it's time to add the other details for the Egyptian type of vibe. So I found this eye here of the god of the sun that I will put in the middle of the U in a small part, just to add a little bit of an Easter egg. After, I will just put some of my logos in the bottom part, left and right, down in the part beneath the 2 paragraphs, just to show that is my brand. Since from this graphic it could be any brand, since if we removed the paragraph of global, there is anything related to my brand, so I just wanted to add my logos to make it more unique to my style. Since with this challenge here it's a little bit difficult to put all of the words that are randomly extracted into context with my brand, so putting the logos helped me just say that it's my logo, it's my brand. After, I added other illustrations hand drawn in the left part, and in the right part I will add the Egyptian god of the sun, that now it's in the middle of the sun, but I don't like it, so I will change it later. Afterwards, I find this really nice scale that I could be adding afterwards in a bottom part, but I'm not completely sure. So I think we have completed this graphic here. I just need to put it on a mock-up. I think I will put it on a gray hoodie just to change things up rather than putting it on a t-shirt. So here's the final result with the grades I was talking about earlier. If you want to grade this design, please feel free to do so in the comments below. Subscribe. I'll catch you tomorrow with a new video and with a new graphic. Bye bye.